I'm Amelia. My friends and viewers call me Amelie. I am an ordinary office worker who graduated from an ordinary high school, went to a local university, and joined a local company. Since joining the company, I have lived an ordinary life without causing any significant trouble. I've had my fair share of boyfriends, had my fair share of breakups, and had my fair share of relationships. My current boyfriend is originally from another part of the country, and he came to this town where I live when he started working. On our second anniversary, something amazing happened. He is 1 year older than me and will turn 30 this year, and he asked me to marry him on his milestone year. I, of course, said yes, and we got engaged. We also decided to have our wedding on the day he turns 30, and I have been very busy preparing for it. The preparation for the wedding is a lot of work, but it's as if it makes my ordinary life colorful, so it's not so hard mentally. Even though I, as a senior, had to follow up on Sophia, my junior at work, and also my friend and junior since high school, when she made a mistake at work, my happiness outweighed hers. Thank you so much for today. I didn't expect them to be so angry. It was really helpful to have someone like you who is so good at apologizing. Or rather, someone who is used to it. Thank you very much. I always tell you to double check our orders, so we don't make mistakes, right? I think I asked you to CC me and the department manager in the email you sent to the other party, too. Why didn't you? Because I realized I hadn't emailed you when I got home the day before yesterday, and I emailed you from my phone, so I didn't know how to put the address in there. Sophia, you've been with us for several years now, and you're not a new employee, so why do I have to tell you such a basic thing? Please be careful not to make the same mistake again from now on. If something happens, you will help me again, so I'll be fine. Don't think I'll be around forever now, and you have younger colleagues to take care of as well. Oh, are you quitting because you're getting married? I don't plan to leave the company anytime soon. I thought so. I'm not sure if you can get married. What? What do you mean? Because your fiancé likes me more than you. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Your fiancé is Mike from the Human Resources Department, isn't he? I've been going out for dinner with him for a while now. The other day, he asked me to go out with him. He asked you to go out with him? I told him that I know that he's engaged to you, but he said that he would break off the engagement. I guess he hasn't told you yet. You must be kidding. Could it be? The day before yesterday, he said he wanted to call off the marriage. Oh, no. You've already been dumped. I'm sorry. Was it because he was going out with you? He broke off our engagement because he was cheating on me? It's kind of like I stole your fiancé. I'm sorry. But it was your fault, you know. They often say that it's bad to be unfaithful, but it's also bad to be cheated on. Of course it's the cheater's fault. I'm really sorry that I made you go apologize for me, even though you were going through a tough time. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but when I made a little move on him, he easily took me seriously. I guess it's because I'm younger and prettier than you. You knew that he was engaged to me and you still messed with him? That's what you did? Well, I guess that's what it was like. I can't believe it. Did you cancel the wedding? He called to cancel before he told me he wanted to call off the wedding. It's a shame since you already sent out the invitations and made all the preparations. The boss even thought of the speech he was going to make. Do you know that much and understand what you did? I do. I stole your happiness. Oops. Are you sorry? Sorry? Why should I be sorry? I can apologize, but I don't have to be sorry, because I just hit on a guy who was my type. And the one who chose to cheat was your fiancé, and it wasn't me who canceled the wedding venue. Don't blame me for everything just because you can't get married. I'm going to go to a good sushi restaurant with him today, because I'm having a bad day being scolded by the boss.
Sophia, you brought this on yourself, didn't you?
Please don't backbite me just because he's treating me to good sushi. Of course, it's an expensive sushi restaurant. He said he's never taken you because it's too expensive. And yet, he takes me. So, that's what it comes down to, right? That means he loves me more than you.
I didn't go because I don't like raw fish.
Okay. You don't have to act tough. So, from tomorrow on, we'll just be like normal, good colleagues at the office. I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Yes, actually, I had been told by my fiancé the day before yesterday that he wanted to call off our marriage. My busy but happy feelings have been depressed for the past 2 days. Then came the apology case due to her mistake, and my mentality was even more depressed. This was a disaster. Because of his affair with her, my marriage was canceled. The wedding I had been looking forward to and preparing for was all gone, and the engagement was called off. The next day, I took the day off from work. It was hard for me to see her face and to work with my ex-fiancé, who was also working in the same company. I'll sort things out before I go back to work. Just as I was thinking that, Sophia contacted me again. The next day.
You were absent from work today. Are you all right? Did you catch a cold? Or is your mental condition too bad to come to work?
Leave me alone. I'll get my affairs in order and come back to work at the end of the week. And I'm not that good of a person, so I don't think I can see you as a colleague for a while.
Don't worry. Don't worry about it, because I broke up with him.
What? You broke up with him?
Yesterday, I ate sushi with him at a fancy restaurant. He bought me a bag I've wanted. He also bought me a limited edition cosmetic. I was satisfied, so I dumped him.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
I just wanted to interfere with your marriage. I've always been the type of person who thinks the grass is always greener on the other side. Things that belong to others seem better. So I wanted your fiancé, but when I looked at him calmly when he told me that he broke off his engagement with you, he wasn't really my type, and I decided I'd had enough. So I just let him pay for things I wanted and things I wanted to eat, and then I dumped him.
Are you kidding me? You ruined my marriage and then dumped him?
Oh, so I'm going to give your fiancé back to you.
You're giving him back to me?
I'll give him back to you, so please accept him when he comes back to you.
Don't be ridiculous. I've had my marriage canceled, my engagement called off, and I was cheated on. He chose you and then came back to me in a day or two? It's not that easy.
But I think that's about right for you. Well, it's up to you whether or not you want to get back together with him and get engaged again, so it's none of my business. But you were so depressed that you had to take a leave of absence from work, and if he goes back to you, things will go back to the way they were.
What do you mean, back to the way they were? What are you saying?
You guys canceled the wedding, but if you start from scratch again, won't you be able to make a better plan than before?
I don't think I'm ready to go out with him now. I don't think I can trust him again.
Well, you're right. It seems kind of desperate and lame to go out of your way to pick up a guy I dumped.
You're going to get a painful payback.
A payback? Me? No way. Because no matter how many times I make mistakes, things somehow work out in the end. I've never had a hard time in my life. Even in high school, I stole my friend's boyfriend, but I didn't get punished. God doesn't care about people's love anyway.
I see. I've heard not so many good things about you since high school, but you've been repeating such things since you were a student.
Actually, I was thinking of taking away your boyfriend too, you know. But when I was a freshman, you guys were junior, so I didn't have the courage to go to a junior's classroom to hit on your boyfriend. I have no problem doing that now, though. Oh, I'm not getting any read receipt on this. Are you crying? If you want to have a drink with me, please ask me anytime. Of course, you're my senior, so it's on you.
I went back to work the next week. The people in the office did not mention that we had broken off our engagement. Sophia Chan was transferred to a different department. We had much less contact with each other. Perhaps it was the department head's consideration. I had no regrets about my ex-fiancé and worked hard. A year later, I had a new boyfriend. And I don't know where she got the information or if she sensed it. Sophia contacted me. A year later.
Are you absent from work today? I went to your desk, but you weren't there, so I left a letter for you.
I've been on vacation since the day before yesterday. It will be a long time before I can read the letter. Something about work?
Oh, it's private, so it's fine. It's my wedding invitation.
A wedding invitation? Are you getting married?
Yes, I'm getting married. I wasn't planning to get married, but it just kind of happened that way. I know it's going to be another painful story for you, but I hope you'll come to the wedding.
Painful story? Why?
Because I'm going to get married to your boyfriend.
My boyfriend?
I saw you. I saw you and your boyfriend having dinner at an Italian restaurant in front of the station. The other day you were drinking at a bar, right? I thought he was pretty good looking for your boyfriend, so I asked around. I found out that he's from one of our company's clients. He's good looking, works for a big company, dates in style, perfect. So I stole him from you again.
Wait a minute, is that true?
I'm sorry I ruined your wedding by taking away your fiancé before, but I don't think spring will come for you this time either. He says I'm prettier and younger than you, and that he's going to switch to me.
So you're getting married?
Speed marriage, I guess you could call it. Actually, we haven't decided on a wedding venue yet, but just in case, I thought I'd secure your schedule ahead of time. I'm so sorry. I got both your fiancé and your current boyfriend. How does it feel to have someone you love taken away from you?
If you're talking about my husband, he's right here with me.
Huh? Why are you acting tough? He came to a French restaurant with me, and now he's away for a minute? I mean, a husband? Isn't it too early to call him that?
But we got married last month, so we're officially a married couple, no? We are in Greece right now, so there's no way that it is my husband who is eating some French food with you. Are you in a French restaurant in Greece by any chance?
Greece? You got married?
We're on our honeymoon, so we've been on a long vacation since the day before yesterday. We won't be back for a while.
That's a lie. I stole your boyfriend away from you.
That boyfriend of mine that you're talking about, he's probably not my boyfriend or anything.
What? But you had dates at Italian restaurants and bars. You wouldn't call it business entertainment for the two of you to go out alone together, would you?
That was private, but he was persistent in asking me out. I couldn't refuse him because he was our client, so we just had dinner as a social event. Of course, my husband knows about it, and I haven't gone out with him for the past 2 months, because we've decided to terminate our business relationship with that client.
What? Why?
It's a decision from the higher-ups in our company.
So he's not your boyfriend, and you're not damaged?
I feel much better now that I know you're the reason why the persistent advances from him have stopped. I was having a hard time dealing with it. Thanks to your help, I was able to get through it. Thank you so much.
It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was going to take your boyfriend away from you.
I don't think you can this time.
Why not?
My husband is my ex-boyfriend from high school, so he knows all about your bad reputation from back in the days.
Your ex-boyfriend from high school? The one you were dating back then?
We drifted apart a while after we graduated from high school. He went to college far away. He recently came back to my hometown for work, and we got together. We weren't strangers to each other, so we got married pretty quickly.
I wanted to make you break up if I had known all that drama.
I knew your goal was to ruin my happiness.
I can't stand to see you happy.
Now, I can demand compensation without any worries.
What? Compensation?
The reason I broke off my engagement a year ago was because you and my ex-fiancé were having an affair, right? I've been putting it behind me for a long time. but I'm going to file a claim for compensation in order to bring some closure.
Wait a minute. Why now, after all this time?
And you are free to socialize with our clients. But you wouldn't be talking about our company's information, would you?
What?
The reason why that person was persistently asking me out was to get information about our company. He was desperate to get information about our company for his own career advancement. I never talk, though. If you leaked internal information, you can get fired. Of course, you've been with the company for more than 5 years, so you understand that, right?
He took me up on my offer because he wanted to know more about the company? What about marriage, then?
He's a very pleasant man, isn't he? He has an easygoing way of thinking, as if he thinks you'll fall in love with him as soon as he mentions marriage.
You're kidding, right? You mean he was talking about marriage to you as well?
He was flirting with the idea of marriage even though we weren't even dating. That made it even harder for me to trust him.
What? You mean he was just kidding when he asked me to marry him? He was just doing that to get information of our company from me?
Did you talk?
I didn't say anything important, I think.
It's the higher-ups at the company who decide what's important and what's not. Report it to the company now before the wound spreads.
Oh no. Am I getting fired?
It's the higher-ups who will decide that as well. So first of all, report it to the company as soon as possible.
Please help me. You're a pro at apologizing. You'll help me, won't you?
We're not in the same department anymore, and this is your personal mistake, so I have nothing to do with it.
Oh no.
Contact the company right now and ask your superiors to make a decision and report everything you told him, including the details. There's a 7-hour time difference between Greece and Japan, so it's about 10 o'clock tonight there. Someone should still be awake at this very moment.
Please help me. Please call a nice director of the department and make it easy for me.
I'm not the person to clean up your mess anymore. And you're not young anymore as to have someone else clean up your mess. You need to solve your own problem.
Please, Amelia. We go all the way back to high school. We've had a good relationship. Amelia, it's not the time for you to be on your honeymoon.
A call from Sophia.
It's not fair that only you are happy. Amelia!
Afterwards. In the end, Sophia was caught leaking information within the company, and she was fired from the company due to a trust issue. Although it did not seem that much information was leaked since she was not assigned to an important department in the first place. I personally am going to file a compensation claim against her and my ex-fiancé to settle the past. I know it will be painful for her to have to pay compensation now that she is unemployed, but I hope that she will learn to reflect on her actions from the bottom of her heart. As for my ex-fiancé, I heard that he has already lost his savings due to the cost of canceling our wedding a year ago, and he has demanded a reduction in his compensation, but I have refused his demand. Finally, doggy time. The best shot of the day is at the very end, so please watch to the end. How was this video? If you enjoyed it, please give it a good rating and subscribe to our channel. Otherwise, please let us know what you think in the comments section below. Thank you for watching to the end.